harassing the police every single day.
Of course, you go over here and walk. Go.
No, don't turn your head. Do not turn your head. Your head is leading in the back. Do not turn. No, I know. Do not.
Was it you? Did you see it?
What's up, Marlon? Yeah. Why?
Because it's a violation of HIPAA law. He's actually in.
Pardon me?
You see anything around here right now? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Please leave.
Why?
Because right now we're working on this. Can you please leave the area? He's a victim. He's a victim right now. You want to leave?
I'm watching.
You want to leave the area?
I want to make sure he's being
Please
taken
back
care
away
of.
to the sidewalk all the way over there.
All right. What's the rule? Is there a rule about that?
I don't want you right here if I'm attending him.
Okay, but you're not doing anything.
On the other side of that hedge.
What are you doing?
Right now, I want you on the other
side.
side.
You're not attending him. What are you doing?
Sir, right now, I'm going to ask you again on the other side of that hedge.
Why don't I have to go to the other side?
You're going to get arrested for obstruction.
How am I obstruction?
I'm asking you to go to the other side and I don't want you approaching me.
I'm not approaching you. You approach me.
The hedge.
What about everybody else?
Other side of the hedge? Dude, you're walking away. It doesn't take effect.
An unexpected confrontation during an award ceremony honoring a sheriff's deputy in Florida. A city official, a commissioner, saying to that deputy when he came to the front of the room, "Do you remember falsely arresting me 4 years ago?" Here's ABC's Victor Akendo.
This South Florida award ceremony honoring Deputies of the Month quickly turned into a berating that's gone viral.
Joshua Gallardo.
It's my line.
You come down for a second.
Tamarack City Commissioner Mike Gelin called Deputy Joshua Gallardo over and leveled a public surprise over a prior confrontation.
It's good to see you again. You probably don't remember me, but you're the police officer who falsely arrested me 4 years ago.
In 2015, Gelin said he was recording on his cell phone as officers tried to break up a fight between homeless men. In his report, Gallardo said Gelin repeatedly ignored commands to move from the crime scene. Deputy Gallardo took him into custody for resisting arrest without violence. Gelin said the state attorney reviewed the cell phone video, then dropped the charges.
You're a bad police officer and you don't deserve to be here.
A stunned Deputy Gallardo appears to smile, then give a thumbs up before leaving.
The mayor said she was completely shocked. The Deputies Association called the commissioner's actions outrageous, but Gelin says he just doesn't want anyone else to go through what he went through or worse. David?
Victor Akendo reporting from
Move forward with the process of
Governor Tamarack commissioner confronted by colleagues about using a public ceremony to call out a deputy who arrested him years ago.
Well, his fellow commissioners discussing whether to punish him for that outburst. Local 10's Janine Stanwood is live now in Tamarack. But what came out of tonight's meeting? Janine.
Christy Calvin, as you know, this is a story that's had so many people talking, but in the end, the city decided not to move forward with the process of disciplining Commissioner Mike Gelin, who we heard from for the first time tonight.
But the truth of the matter is that even if I were to resign and go away, this issue would still bubble under the surface.
For the first time, we're hearing from Tamarack Commissioner Mike Gelin, who made national news when he berated a BSO deputy who was receiving an award.
You're the police officer who falsely arrested me 4 years ago. You lied on the police report. I have to explain a mugshot for the rest of my life, as if I am a criminal, and I'm not a criminal.
Inside a packed city hall, some say Gelin was courageous.
I see this as a teachable moment.
We are not anti-police. We are anti-police misconduct.
Others were there to support the deputy and say Gelin was out of line.
I believe you are a rogue public official.
I do not approve of any commissioner, whether it be the city of Margate, Tamarack, and any other city, speaking the way Commissioner Gelin did.
It was 4 years ago, and Gelin was arrested for resisting without violence.
No, do not move.
When he was filming with his cell phone as deputies tended to an injured man. In his report, Deputy Joshua Gallardo writes, "I advised that he could continue to record, but he would have to move back." But in the video, it sounds like Gallardo says, turn it off.
All right, turn it off, bro.
Why?
Because it's a violation of HIPAA law.
In the end, prosecutors never filed charges.
It is time to move forward and move on.
And commissioners decided not to take up a motion to reprimand Gelin. But the debate over who was right continues. And the mayor says the decision not to reprimand Gelin was in the best interest of the city. There were also calls for unity tonight. We'll stay tuned. We're in Tamarack. I'm Janine Stanwood, Local 10 News.
He and his colleagues meeting to Down between a Tamarack City Commissioner and a Broward Sheriff's deputy back in the spotlight tonight. The commissioner speaking for the first time since that confrontation. He and his colleagues meeting tonight and talking about a reprimand. Many others also adding their voices to this story that's received national attention. This is all new at 11. CBS 4's Carrie Codd is live in Tamarack with tonight's developments. Carrie.
Well, Elliot, Tamarack commissioners were weighing whether Commissioner Mike Gelin broke the city's civility code when he sharply criticized a BSO deputy a couple of weeks ago. The criticism came and it spurred from a 2015 arrest of Commissioner Gelin. And that deputy was receiving an award at the commission meeting a couple of weeks ago when Commissioner Gelin made those comments. But late tonight, the Tamarack Commission decided not to pursue a reprimand of the commissioner. Tamarack City Commissioner Mike Gelin walked into the Tamarack City Commission chambers Monday night with all eyes on him, following his critical comments 2 weeks ago to a Broward Sheriff's deputy. A short time into the meeting, Gelin made his first public comments about the controversy.
I received messages of hate, threats. My family's safety has been compromised.
This is video of Gelin's arrest from 2015 that CBS 4 News obtained last week. Gelin said he was simply recording a crime scene when BSO deputies asked him to stop recording and move back. Gelin pushed the issue, and deputies say he didn't follow their commands, although he was seen backing up. They arrested him for resisting an officer without violence. Prosecutors did not pursue the charges. Gelin said it's been a lifelong trauma.
I have to explain a mugshot for the rest of my life, as if I am a criminal. And I'm not a criminal.
More than 24 people spoke about the controversy, which started when Gelin laid into Deputy Joshua Gallardo, who arrested him after he received a Deputy of the Month award a couple of weeks ago.
It's good to see you again. You probably don't remember me, but you're the police officer who falsely arrested me 4 years ago. You lied on the police report. I believe you're a rogue police officer, you're a bad police officer, and you don't deserve to be here.
There were several in the audience who thought Gelin was out of line for making the comments at a city meeting.
There is a difference between legitimate criticism of a deputy and using a platform of the city commission to embarrass, humiliate, and berate that deputy.
You chose to act in a manner that brought shame, shock, and disbelief to all who saw it.
And some who thought Gelin displayed courage by speaking up about the issue of police misconduct.
We are not anti-police, we are anti-police misconduct.
When you censor Mike, the rest of us will get seriously vocal. Thank you, Mike, for your courage.
Gelin said he wants this to be a moment of change and urged community leaders to work with him to address concerns about policing in Tamarack.
When it comes to our police and how they treat residents and visitors of our city, I'd like to see some changes because every resident in Tamarack should feel safe and protected.
Gelin also said he's had many positive interactions with law enforcement over the years. And also, he said since his comments made news last month, he's received comments and emails, messages from people who've had similar experiences to his. Ultimately, Tamarack commissioners decided to move on from this nearly 2-week controversy. We are also told that the deputy at the center of all this, Deputy Joshua Gallardo, has decided he no longer wants to work in BSO's Tamarack district. Live in Tamarack, Carrie Codd, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Carrie, thank you for that.
But you're the police officer who falsely arrested me 4 years ago. You lied on the police report. I believe you're a rogue police officer, you're a bad police officer, and you don't deserve to be here.
A Tamarack commissioner who used an awards ceremony to publicly berate a Broward Sheriff's Office deputy over an arrest won't be disciplined for his remarks.
Well, this is video of that arrest 4 years ago. It actually takes place about 10 seconds after what you're seeing here. There you go. The state attorney reviewed the video, but did not move forward with this case.
NBC6 reporter Dan Grossman is live in Tamarack, where the commissioner spoke for the first time since the September meeting. Dan?
Yeah, so Jackie and Keith, public comment on this lasted nearly 2 hours. The commission decided not to vote on this, so the commissioner will not be reprimanded. Instead, he and the commission said they will use this experience as a learning one to improve police relations here in Tamarack.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to public comments, Commissioner Gelin would like to make a statement.
In a time where civil debate might seem increasingly rare,
I felt violated by the criminal justice system. that is supposed to protect me.
The debate over whether City Councilman Mike Gelin broke the City of Tamarack's civility code was just that.
As the Commissioner Gelin used his political position to weaponize this commission and this community to try to convict these deputies in court, in the court of public opinion.
But that's not to say the remarks over his remarks weren't impassioned.
I fully support Commissioner Gelin. It would appear that there is no time to call out police misconduct.
You're gonna get arrested for obstruction. How am I obstruction? Because I'm asking you to go to the other side and I don't want you to approach.
Last month, the commissioner publicly criticized the deputy behind this arrest at a city council meeting where BSO deputies were being honored. Immediately, some council members denounced Gelin's approach, saying his public platform wasn't an appropriate one to address the issue, which led us to Monday's discussion.
And it's an honorable profession, but you have to admit, growth and expansion is needed.
And soon, a debate over that issue expanded to a larger one that our country faces.
Because there's a truth here that you want to ignore. And what kind of officer are you if you want to ignore the law?
In the end, the commissioner wasn't reprimanded for saying what he did, where he did, as he promised to use this moment as a teachable one to effect change.
We can improve police and community relations while increasing police accountability.
Commissioner Gelin was offered 5 minutes to speak before this public comment period started. He never formally publicly apologized for his comments. Instead, he defended them, saying why he felt compelled to make those comments at that meeting back in September. He did say he wanted to create a task force of sorts as a way to address the issue of police brutality here in Tamarack. Reporting live from Tamarack, Dan.
Hey, Sheriff County, this is Sheriff County COPWATCH. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.